In life, you will meet people who thrive on chaos, conflict, and empty arguments. They will pull you toward anger, hoping you abandon your peace. But wisdom is not proven by shouting louder. It is proven by remaining calm while others lose control. The strongest mind does not waste energy fighting fools, it rises above them silently. Today, we will explore how true power lies not in winning arguments, but in outsmarting foolish people quietly, with patience, discipline, and self-mastery inspired by Marcus Aurelius. Protecting your peace is one of the greatest forms of strength a person can develop in life. Most people believe power is shown through loud reactions, sharp arguments, or proving others wrong, but true power often appears in silence, patience, and emotional control. Every day, people face situations designed to disturb their inner calm. Criticism, insults, jealousy, manipulation, negativity, and foolish behavior. Many individuals unknowingly hand over control of their emotions to others, allowing a careless comment or disrespectful action to destroy their mood, confidence, and focus. The moment someone else controls your emotions, they control your peace, and once your peace is disturbed, your judgment becomes weaker. A calm mind sees clearly. An angry mind sees only conflict. Foolish people often thrive on emotional reactions because reactions give them attention, validation, and influence. They may provoke arguments, spread negativity, or attempt to drag others into pointless battles. When you constantly respond to every insult or challenge, you become trapped in a cycle of emotional exhaustion. Your energy becomes wasted on people and situations that add no value to your growth. Protecting your peace means refusing to participate in battles that weaken your mind and distract you from your purpose. Many people spend years trying to win arguments with individuals who are not interested in truth, understanding, or wisdom. Some people argue simply to dominate, provoke, or create chaos. No matter how logical your words are, they will continue twisting conversations because their goal is not learning, their goal is emotional control. Wise individuals recognize this quickly. They understand that not every opinion deserves a response, not every insult deserves attention, and not every conflict deserves participation. Sometimes the most intelligent response is distance, silence, or calm observation. Peace is not weakness. Peace is discipline. It takes enormous self-control to remain calm when someone disrespects you. Anyone can shout, react, or lose control. Very few people can maintain dignity under pressure. Emotional discipline separates wise people from impulsive people. When you learn to protect your peace, you stop reacting instantly to everything around you. You begin choosing your responses carefully instead of acting emotionally. This creates a powerful advantage because calm people think clearly while emotional people lose control. The world constantly tests emotional stability. Social media, toxic environments, gossip, competition, and negative people create endless opportunities for distraction and conflict. Many individuals wake up already mentally exhausted because they consume negativity from the moment they open their eyes. Their minds become crowded with comparisons, anger, resentment, and stress. Protecting your peace means becoming selective about what enters your mind. Just as you protect your body from harmful substances, you must protect your mind from harmful influences. Your environment shapes your thoughts. If you constantly surround yourself with drama, complaints, and negativity, your mind slowly absorbs that energy. Negative people often transfer their frustrations onto others. Miserable individuals frequently seek company because misery feels less painful when shared. They complain endlessly, criticize constantly, and focus only on problems. If you spend enough time around such energy, your own peace begins to disappear. Wise people understand the importance of boundaries. They limit exposure to toxic behavior because they value mental clarity more than temporary social approval. Protecting your peace also means learning not to personalize everything. Many people become emotionally wounded because they take every criticism deeply. But often, people speak from their own pain, insecurity, jealousy, or frustration. Someone's negativity may reveal more about their inner struggles than about your worth. Foolish individuals project their unhappiness onto others because they lack control over themselves. If you react emotionally to every negative opinion, you allow strangers to determine your emotional state. Inner peace becomes impossible when your emotions depend on external validation. One of the greatest signs of maturity is recognizing that you do not need to attend every argument you are invited to. Some conflicts are traps designed to drain your energy. Foolish people often seek emotional reactions because reactions make them feel powerful. The moment you remain calm, they lose influence over you. Silence can frustrate foolish people more than anger because silence shows emotional independence. It proves that your peace cannot be manipulated easily. A person who protects their peace values time and energy deeply. Energy is limited. Every unnecessary argument, emotional reaction, and toxic interaction consumes mental strength. Many people waste years fighting battles that never truly mattered. They become emotionally tired because they constantly engage in negativity. Meanwhile, Disciplined individuals conserve their energy for meaningful goals, growth, and purpose. They understand that attention is valuable and should not be wasted carelessly. Protecting your peace requires self-awareness. You must recognize what disturbs your mind and weakens your focus. Some people lose peace through anger. Others lose it through overthinking, comparison, jealousy, or fear. Many individuals constantly replay negative situations in their minds, suffering repeatedly from events that already ended. A peaceful mind does not hold on to unnecessary emotional weight. It learns from experiences without becoming imprisoned by them. There is also strength in emotional detachment. Detachment does not mean becoming cold or heartless. It means maintaining control over your emotional state regardless of external circumstances. Life will always contain difficult people and unfair situations. You cannot control everyone's behavior, but you can control your response. When your peace depends entirely on circumstances being perfect, you become fragile. True peace comes from inner stability, not external perfection. People who constantly seek conflict often lack inner peace themselves. Chaos inside them creates chaos around them. They become addicted to arguments, gossip, and emotional drama because stillness feels uncomfortable to them. Wise individuals recognize this pattern and refuse to become part of it. They do not waste time proving themselves to people committed to misunderstanding them. They understand that some people are determined to see negativity, no matter how much positivity exists. Protecting your peace sometimes requires walking away quietly. Society often glorifies confrontation, but not every battle deserves your presence. Walking away from foolishness is not surrender, it is wisdom. A lion does not waste energy chasing every barking dog. Likewise, a disciplined person does not waste emotional energy responding to every provocation. They understand their value and refuse to lower themselves into unnecessary conflict. Patience becomes a powerful weapon when protecting your peace. Emotional people react instantly. Wise people pause, observe, and think before responding. That pause creates control. In moments of anger, people often say things they later regret. They damage relationships, opportunities, and reputations because they allowed emotions to dominate reason. A calm mind prevents impulsive destruction. Peace allows you to think strategically rather than emotionally. Many individuals confuse emotional reactions with honesty. They believe expressing every emotion immediately is authenticity. But emotional discipline is not suppression, it is intelligent control. There is a difference between acknowledging emotions and becoming controlled by them. Wise people feel emotions deeply, but they do not allow emotions to dictate every decision. They understand that temporary anger can create permanent consequences. Protecting your peace also means accepting that not everyone will understand you, support you, or appreciate you. Seeking universal approval destroys inner calm because it places your happiness in the hands of others. No matter how kind, intelligent, or disciplined you are, some people will criticize you. Some will misunderstand your intentions. Others will envy your growth. Peace comes when you stop trying to control how everyone perceives you. Silence often becomes a shield for peaceful people. Silence is not emptiness, it is controlled energy. Many arguments grow larger because people feel compelled to defend themselves endlessly. Sometimes explaining yourself repeatedly only creates more confusion, because foolish people distort your words intentionally. Wise individuals know when speaking becomes pointless. They stop feeding negativity with endless explanations. Your focus determines your direction in life. People who constantly engage in drama lose focus on their goals. Emotional chaos consumes attention that could be used for growth, learning, and improvement. Protecting your peace means protecting your focus. It means refusing distractions that weaken your progress. Successful individuals often appear calm because they understand the importance of concentration. They cannot afford to waste emotional energy on meaningless conflict. Peaceful people are not naive. They understand human nature clearly. They know manipulation exists. They recognize dishonesty, arrogance, and foolishness. But instead of becoming consumed by negativity, they remain centered. They do not allow darkness in others to create darkness within themselves. This emotional stability creates resilience because peaceful individuals cannot be easily shaken by external behavior. Self-respect is deeply connected to peace. When you respect yourself, you stop tolerating constant disrespect, manipulation, and emotional chaos. You establish boundaries. Boundaries protect mental health. Many people lose peace because they fear disappointing others. They say yes when they want to say no. They tolerate harmful behavior to avoid conflict. Over time, this creates resentment and emotional exhaustion. Peace requires courage. The courage to protect your emotional well-being even when others dislike your boundaries. Protecting your peace also means understanding the temporary nature of most conflicts. Many arguments that feel important in the moment become meaningless with time. Years later, people often realize they wasted enormous emotional energy on situations that had little real significance. Wise individuals learn to ask themselves important questions before reacting. Will this matter in a week, a month, a year? Does this conflict improve my life or damage it? Such reflection prevents unnecessary emotional investment. Inner peace creates clarity during difficult situations. When your mind remains calm, you make better decisions. Panic, anger, and emotional chaos cloud judgment. Calmness allows strategic thinking. This is why disciplined leaders, philosophers, and wise individuals throughout history valued emotional control. They understood that clear thinking becomes impossible when emotions dominate completely. There is a quiet confidence in peaceful people. They do not feel the need to constantly prove themselves because their self-worth comes from within. Foolish individuals often seek validation through arguments and dominance. Peaceful individuals seek understanding, growth, and balance. Their strength is internal, not dependent on public approval or victory in meaningless disputes. The ability to remain peaceful during chaos intimidates people who rely on emotional manipulation. They expect reactions. They expect anger. When you remain calm, you disrupt their expectations. Calmness becomes power because it demonstrates mastery over yourself. Self-mastery is one of the highest forms of strength a person can achieve. Protecting your peace is ultimately about protecting your life. Your mental state influences your health, decisions, relationships, and future. Constant stress and emotional conflict slowly damage both mind and body. A peaceful mind creates healthier relationships, clearer thinking, stronger focus, and greater happiness. People who protect their peace understand that life is too short to waste on endless negativity and foolishness. Every day offers a choice. You can react emotionally to every disturbance, or you can remain centered and disciplined. You can allow foolish people to pull you into chaos, or you can quietly rise above it. The calmest person in the room is often the strongest because they possess something rare: control over themselves. Silence is one of the most misunderstood forms of power. Many people assume silence means weakness, fear, or inability to respond. But true silence is often a deliberate strategy used by wise individuals who understand human nature deeply. In a world where everyone competes to be heard, where arguments spread rapidly, and where emotional reactions dominate conversations, silence becomes rare and powerful. Foolish people often reveal themselves through constant noise. They speak without thinking, react without understanding, and argue without purpose. Wise people, however, understand that not every thought must be spoken, and not every attack deserves a response. Most conflicts grow because both sides continue feeding them with words. One insult leads to another. One accusation creates endless explanations. People become trapped in emotional battles simply because neither side knows when to stop speaking. Silence interrupts this cycle. It denies foolishness the fuel it requires to survive. A foolish person expects emotional reactions because reactions give them control and attention. When you remain silent, calm, and composed, you remove the emotional reward they seek. Silence is strategic because it protects emotional energy. Every unnecessary argument drains mental strength. Every emotional reaction consumes focus. Many people spend hours replaying conversations in their minds, thinking about what they should have said or how they should respond next. Their peace disappears because they remain mentally connected to negativity long after the situation ends. Strategic silence prevents this emotional exhaustion. Instead of becoming trapped in endless conflict, you preserve your attention for things that truly matter. Wise individuals understand that words have value. They do not waste language carelessly. Foolish people often speak excessively because they seek validation, dominance, or attention. They confuse loudness with intelligence. But intelligence is not measured by how much someone speaks. Often, the wisest person in the room is the one observing quietly, listening carefully, and speaking only when necessary. Silence creates awareness. When you stop rushing to respond, you begin noticing details others miss. You observe motives, emotions, insecurities, and intentions hidden beneath people's words. People reveal themselves through speech. Angry people reveal their lack of control. Arrogant people reveal their insecurity. Manipulative people reveal their intentions through contradictions and emotional tactics. Silence allows you to study human behavior without becoming emotionally involved. When you speak too quickly, emotions often control your words. When you remain silent, you gain time to think clearly. This pause creates discipline and wisdom. Strategic silence also protects dignity. Many individuals damage their reputation by speaking impulsively during emotional moments. In anger, people say things they later regret. They expose weaknesses, secrets, frustrations, and insecurities because emotions overpower judgment. Once spoken, words cannot be taken back. A moment of uncontrolled speech can create years of consequences. Silence protects you from unnecessary mistakes. It gives emotions time to settle and reason time to return. There are people who intentionally provoke others because they enjoy emotional chaos. They may insult, mock, criticize, or challenge you publicly, hoping to trigger a reaction. Their power depends entirely on your response. The moment you lose control emotionally, they achieve their goal. Strategic silence denies them victory. It shows that your emotions cannot be manipulated easily. This frustrates foolish individuals because they expect control over your emotional state. Silence often creates more impact than endless explanation. Some people are committed to misunderstanding you no matter how clearly you speak. They twist words, ignore logic, and create confusion intentionally. Explaining yourself repeatedly to such people becomes pointless because their goal is not understanding. Wise individuals recognize when communication becomes useless. Instead of wasting energy trying to convince closed minds, they step back quietly. They understand that some people do not seek truth, they seek conflict. In many situations, silence communicates confidence. Desperate people often feel compelled to defend themselves constantly because they fear judgment. Confident people do not feel the need to respond to every criticism. They understand their value internally. They do not allow strangers or foolish individuals to define their identity. Silence in such moments reflects self-control and emotional security. Strategic silence is especially powerful during conflict. Emotional people react instantly because they are controlled by feelings rather than wisdom. They interrupt, shout, accuse, and defend impulsively. Calm silence changes the emotional atmosphere entirely. It creates discomfort for those expecting emotional resistance. It forces others to confront their own behavior without distraction. Sometimes silence becomes a mirror reflecting another person's foolishness back at them. Many people fear silence because silence creates space for thought. Noise distracts people from themselves. Endless talking often hides insecurity, anxiety, or lack of inner peace. Foolish individuals frequently speak excessively because silence makes them uncomfortable. Wise individuals are comfortable with silence because they possess inner stability. They do not need constant attention or validation to feel significant. Listening is connected deeply to strategic silence. Most people listen only to reply, not to understand. They prepare arguments while others speak instead of observing carefully. Silent individuals gain advantages because they collect information others reveal freely. People often expose their weaknesses, intentions, and emotions through careless speech. A patient listener learns far more than a compulsive talker. Silence also protects relationships. Many conflicts between friends, families, and partners become worse because people speak emotionally during moments of anger. Hurtful words spoken in frustration leave emotional scars long after anger fades. Strategic silence allows emotions to cool before discussion continues. It prevents temporary emotions from causing permanent damage. Wise individuals know that timing matters in communication. Not every moment is the right moment for conversation. There is strength in restraint. Modern culture often encourages immediate reactions. Social media rewards outrage, emotional responses, and constant commentary. People feel pressure to react instantly to every event, opinion, or insult. But constant reaction weakens mental discipline. Strategic silence teaches patience. It teaches emotional independence. It reminds you that you are not obligated to participate in every discussion or defend yourself against every opinion. Silence becomes even more powerful when dealing with foolish individuals because foolishness feeds on attention. Arguing with irrational people rarely produces understanding. Instead, it creates frustration and emotional fatigue. Some people are not interested in truth or logic. They seek emotional victory, not intellectual growth. Responding endlessly to such individuals traps you in pointless cycles. Silence breaks the cycle completely. A calm silence often unsettles people more than anger. Anger is predictable. Emotional reactions are expected, but silence creates uncertainty. It removes emotional access. It shows discipline. Many manipulators become frustrated when they cannot provoke reactions because their influence depends on emotional control. Strategic silence exposes their weakness by refusing participation in their games. Silence can also reveal wisdom because wise individuals understand that not all battles deserve attention. Time is limited, energy is limited, mental clarity is valuable. Wasting these resources on foolish arguments weakens focus and purpose. Successful people often appear calm because they conserve energy carefully. They do not become distracted by every insult, rumor, or provocation. Their silence protects their mission. Strategic silence does not mean avoiding all communication. Silence becomes powerful when used intentionally, not fearfully. There are moments when speaking truth is necessary. There are moments when boundaries must be expressed clearly. But wise individuals choose their words carefully and strategically rather than emotionally. They understand that fewer words often carry greater weight. People frequently underestimate silent individuals because society associates loudness with confidence. But silence can hide enormous strength. Quiet individuals often observe more, think more deeply, and understand situations more clearly than those constantly speaking. Strategic silence allows you to remain emotionally balanced while others expose themselves through impulsive behavior. Silence also creates mystery. People reveal less about themselves when they speak selectively. Foolish individuals often expose every emotion, plan, frustration, and insecurity openly. This makes them predictable and vulnerable. Wise individuals maintain privacy and emotional control. They understand that not everyone deserves access to their thoughts, emotions, or personal struggles. There are moments when silence protects peace more effectively than argument ever could. Winning an argument with a foolish person often changes nothing. They remain committed to their perspective regardless of evidence or logic. Meanwhile, your emotional energy becomes depleted. Strategic silence recognizes that preserving inner calm is more valuable than proving superiority to someone unwilling to learn. Patience and silence often work together. Impulsive individuals seek immediate reactions. Strategic individuals understand the value of waiting. Time reveals truth naturally in many situations. Lies collapse eventually. Foolishness exposes itself over time. Manipulative people reveal contradictions eventually. Silence allows reality to unfold without unnecessary interference. Many great leaders throughout history mastered silence. They understood that emotional control creates authority. Constant emotional reactions weaken influence because they reveal instability. Calm silence, however, reflects discipline and confidence. People trust individuals who remain composed under pressure because composure suggests strength and wisdom. Strategic silence also protects mental health. Constant arguments, debates, and emotional conflicts create stress and anxiety. Many people unknowingly damage their peace by engaging with negativity too frequently. They absorb emotional chaos from others until their own minds become restless and exhausted. Silence creates distance from this chaos. It allows space for clarity, reflection, and inner stability. In difficult situations, silence often provides better understanding than immediate reaction. Emotional responses cloud perception. People miss important details because anger narrows focus. Silence creates room for observation. It allows you to see beyond surface emotions and recognize deeper truths about situations and people. Silence is especially valuable when facing insults or criticism. Not every criticism deserves emotional defense. Some opinions reveal ignorance rather than truth. Foolish individuals often provoke others hoping for emotional entertainment. By remaining silent, you communicate that their words lack the power to disturb your inner state. This demonstrates emotional mastery. Strategic silence requires confidence because silence can feel uncomfortable initially. Many people fear being misunderstood or appearing weak if they do not respond immediately. But maturity teaches that constant self-defense is unnecessary. Not everyone deserves explanations. Not every misunderstanding requires correction. Peace sometimes matters more than being understood by those committed to misunderstanding you. The disciplined use of silence strengthens self-control. Every moment you resist impulsive reaction, you build emotional resilience. You train yourself to think before speaking. Over time, this creates stability that foolish people cannot easily disturb. Emotional independence grows stronger because your reactions become intentional rather than automatic. Silence often creates respect because disciplined people recognize self-control as strength. Anyone can react emotionally. Very few can remain calm under pressure. Strategic silence demonstrates mastery over ego, anger, and impulse. It reflects inner discipline rather than emotional weakness. Many individuals speak endlessly because they fear losing control of situations. They believe more words create more power. In reality, excessive speech often weakens influence because it reveals emotional desperation. Calm, measured silence often carries greater authority than endless explanation. Strategic silence also teaches detachment. You begin realizing that many conflicts are temporary and insignificant. Not every insult threatens your worth. Not every disagreement requires emotional investment. This perspective protects inner peace because you stop treating every challenge as a personal attack. Silence becomes even more powerful when combined with observation. Observant individuals recognize patterns in human behavior. They notice who seeks attention, who manipulates emotionally, who spreads negativity, and who speaks without wisdom. Because they observe quietly, they avoid becoming trapped in unnecessary emotional battles. A peaceful mind values silence because silence creates mental clarity. Constant noise weakens focus and increases emotional tension. Moments of quiet reflection strengthen wisdom and self-awareness. Wise individuals intentionally create silence in their lives because they understand its importance for emotional balance and clear thinking. Foolish people often mistake silence for defeat because they cannot understand emotional discipline. They assume the absence of reaction means weakness. In reality, strategic silence frequently reflects superior control. The strongest individuals are often those who no longer feel compelled to prove themselves through endless argument or emotional display. Silence protects focus, dignity, energy, and peace. It creates space for thought, observation, and wisdom. It prevents foolish people from gaining emotional control over your mind. It allows you to move through conflict without becoming consumed by it. In a noisy world filled with constant reaction, strategic silence becomes a rare and powerful form of intelligence.